Hi, I'm Dale West, and I'm going to talk about the North American barley crop. We had a good crop this year. Its yields were up relative to the previous couple of years. Test weights have improved. Last year we were a little bit lower in test weights than we'd like to be. And high test weights tell you that the kernel size is well developed, and
you're going to have a higher content of starch
within that kernel, which typically will translate into higher yields in the brew house. Plump and thins are good, and proteins are good. So I'd say overall we have an above average crop. Our Delaware crop, and our Mid-Atlantic crop more specifically, was exceptional for this year relative to what we've seen in past years. As we've developed our supply chain in the Mid-Atlantic, we've brought in new varieties. We're excited about a new variety called Avalon. It yielded very well. Initial barley quality results are good, and our initial malting results look positive as well. We're focused on Colorado and Delaware because that's where we built our plants, and that's where we're working hard to develop the supply chains to support our plants. And Colorado was a well-developed barley growing region before we built our plant, but Delaware was not. Delaware, we built the supply chain and the raw material sourcing from scratch. Working with the local growers and converting them from typical feed varieties to malting varieties. The U.S. crop this year has rebounded. Our acres were up slightly, but overall yields again across the board were up relative to previous years. It's a bit spotty. There were some areas that get some harvest rains, and you got to be concerned about sprout when that happens. But I'd say overall it's a fair to average crop. The Canadian barley harvest is hard to break down into just one region because it's such a large growing region geographically, from Manitoba all the way to Alberta. So as a whole, they had a fair average crop. The East was better than the West because of the moisture conditions in the West were a little dry to begin with. But I think they're going to have plenty of barley and plenty of quality barley. Good yields on barley typically mean that you have a healthy crop, a robust crop that didn't have a lot of stress. It's important for the malt house because that typically means better quality, and it's important for our growers because it means better economics.